Chapter 15. The Sky's Falling. George and Harold rummaged through their houses until they found what they needed. There was no way they were going to show up at school looking like themselves again. They learned that lesson in our last book. George and Harold needed disguise, and it needed to be convincing. When they arrived at school, George changed into his costume behind the bushes and climbed onto Harold's shoulders. Then they headed into the building. Normally, a stranger entering Jerome Harold's elementary school would need the sign in the office to go through a security screening. But George and Harold noticed that things at school were a lot more relaxed today. Their first clue was that there were no adults in the office. At least it looked that way. Upon closer inspection, they discovered that the school's secretary, Miss Ann Thrope, was sound asleep on the floor under her desk. Some third graders were giving her a foot massage, while the sixth grade AV club was answering the phone and filling papers. "That's weird," said George. As George and Harold walked down to the hallway, things got weirder and weirder. First, they noticed a brownish haze in the air. "I wonder what that brown fog is all about," said George. "I don't know," said Harold. "I can't smell a thing because of my cold." "Me neither," said George as they roamed from room to room. They noticed that the other teachers were asleep too, and their students were doing all sorts of odd things for them. Some kids were giving the teachers massages, and others were shaving their teachers' beards, plucking their eyebrows, and giving them haircuts. The mathletes were filling out the teachers' task forms, while the shop kids were washing all the cars in the facility parking lot. Finally, George and Harold reached to the cafeteria, where several teachers were lying on their lunch tables getting a few massages and mani paws at the same time. "Boy, things had gotten along better than around this place since Real Kid 2000 came along," said Missouri. "I'll say," said Miss Squatted, "I was happy enough when my students were finally able to sit still and paying attention all day. But when I found out they followed my every command without question, it changed my life." "Me too," said Mr. Rectic. "I just sent my whole class over to my house. They're mowing my lawn, watering my garden, and painting the house as we speak." The three teachers all had a good laugh and drifted off into relaxing, dreamy sleep. "Oh no!" cried George. "The teachers have turned all the kids into mindless servants. We better get out of here before they turn us into servants too." What? Oh. "Okay," said George with a wicked smile. "But first, let's have a little fun."